Welcome to the Movie Talk Show with Dave D.C. Callari from DC Unboxed and from the Screenwriter's Room, the screenwriter himself, Rob Alvarenga. Now, here is your host, Joe Zapata.
What is up, guys? Joe Zapata here at Movie Talk, where we bring you the latest rumors and trumors. Is that what we say? Rumors and trumors.
Rumors and trumors. Yeah. Official. Trademark.
Trailers, everything you got going on. And I do that with my team every week. Our Ghostbusters expert, Dave D.C. Callari. What's up, Dave?
Yo, lies and spies.
And the screenwriter himself, Rob Alvarenga. What's up, Robbie?
Hey, what's going on, man? Happy Reacher Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. Reacher Wednesday. That's right. So like we've been starting off every weekend, we have a couple of other deaths that happened. And this one actually shocked me. We have a legend in country music. She's the queen of country. Dolly Parton passes away at 80 years old. And what can I say? She's a legend. I've grown up watching her songs. I remember seeing her on Working 9 to 5 was the first time I got to see her, all her music. And I don't know if you guys noticed, I was telling Rob, she had a production company where she produced Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And she owned a production company. In the back end, she did a lot of stuff behind the scenes that people don't even know. Father of the Bride, like some big movies that people are like, holy shit, really?
Wow.
She had Dollywood. Everything I heard is she was just the sweetest person ever. But she is the queen of country, passes away. You always know that song, I Will Always Love You. Whitney Houston did it. That's when, I kind of found out that she's the one who actually originally did it because I didn't know as a kid. I had no idea. Yeah. Dolly Parton passes. Such a shame. Really sad. Rob, you heard the news about Dolly Parton. What do you guys say about Dolly?
We were just talking about it prior to the show. Like this woman was truly amazing. Again, we try not to use these words often because then they start losing meaning. But Dolly's a legend, straight up and down. I mean, and the thing that amazes me about her is, people will remember the music. And rightfully so. Amazing. She's a Hall of Famer with that alone. But we were just talking about how she was involved in so many things, how much of an influence she had on so many artists and just like works that have been out there. She's worked in movie production. She's worked with just activism as well, just speaking up for people that probably just don't know how to actually either stand up for themselves or just feel like they need support. She always felt like somebody that was just always going to be there for you. She felt like she was talking to you in a lot of ways. She has the imagination library, where she's just giving away books. And, as much wealth as she accumulated, the thing is that she was just so readily available to just give it. She was donating so many things, getting involved in so many projects and just endeavors that benefited so many people. And she's a legend that hopefully people realize just how important this woman was, and how impactful her life was.
100%. Dave, I know you like music too. You're in the band and everything. Dolly Parton, what do you think about her passing?
Yeah, we're gonna have no cool people left.
No, great.
What I really like is that unlike so many of the people that we discuss, I don't recall a single poor word being ever spoken about this woman. You know what I mean? Like, she seemed to be in everyone's good graces. One of the very few people in the industry that kind of walk the walk and talk the talk kind of thing. And just a ray of light throughout her whole career. And then even some of the things that are pouring out from fans and fellow celebrities, musicians, whatever. Yeah, it's just a shame, and knowing that this was after a small bout of cancer, if she hadn't been sick, how much longer might she have lived? But she was, active in the last couple of years. It's not like she wasn't doing anything either. So,
yeah. And she, like you were saying, Dave, she was married for the same person for like 40, 50 years, same person married to. They were asking her about Trump and, in the politics. And she said, hey, I'm an entertainer. I don't want to bring that stuff up. I just want to entertain people. She's always doing the right thing, always saying the right thing. And she's really loved by everyone. Has a great story about her. Even Sylvester Stallone said that he went horseback riding with her. And they both fell off the horse. And she got up laughing and said, oh, let's do that again. She's always went with the flow. And she's a true legend. So it's really sad to see her passing. So our condolences to everyone in her family. We also had another death, which is kind of also pretty sad. Is actor who was the original Pennywise, was Tim Curry, passed away. That was pretty sad too. Now he had been sick for a little bit, and he was battling. I didn't know he had a stroke, and he had a couple things going on with him, but he actually passed away. He's been in a ton of things. He's been in millions of cartoons and Home Alone 2. Obviously, Rocky Horror was what he was best known for in the beginning. Just a great actor. Tim Curry passed away also. Did you see him and stuff?
Yeah, I will best remember him for Pennywise, because when that miniseries came out, I was like 91. I was like, what, 11 or 12, and I watched it, and I probably shouldn't have. And I thought he was terrifying. Listen, the new movies were fine. They're what they are. I think if you had put some kind of portrayal of Tim Curry in the new movies, they would have been way better. He just another name and things that like he was, again, Home Alone. He was in Congo. So.
Yeah, Congo. I forgot.
Yes.
But just another one, and all the good ones, man. They're just gonna have, we're gonna be left with Justin Bieber and I don't know.
It makes us look like we're getting old, guys.
We're gonna
legit.
Justin Bieber and Finn Wolfhard. That's it.
Exactly. Rob, Tim Curry passed away. What are your thoughts on that?
Again, another. He's in the legend icon forever. Performer and actor. It's funny. I'm really trying to think, like, the first real solid memory I had of watching him. Because Rocky Horror Picture Show, I actually ended up catching that much later in life. I really believe that it was definitely the TV show. I was little, so it was like, I was trying to power through, because it was scary, really scary to me at the time. But the first performance I remember him that I was just like, this guy's just awesome, was the adaptation of Clue.
Oh,
Yeah. So, I just, that movie is hilarious, and he had a big part to do with that. He just captures that, he captures presence when he's on screen, and you just can't take your eyes off this guy. Just a scene stealer. You mentioned about the Congo movie, that scene with that African warlord, the guy's eating the sesame cake and stuff too. So, that one, it's hilarious. But this guy, it was really heartbreaking to see when he had that stroke. Well, but it didn't stop him. He just kept going. He kept, actually talking, giving, obviously he wasn't doing any acting, but he had public appearances. So whether it's like in documentaries, shows, or whoever he's interviewing him and stuff, and it was just getting the message out, yeah, this is it's a tough beat, but I'm still living, I'm still me, and this is not gonna be something that stops me, and it's just real inspirational. So the guy is just like, he's so memorable for so many things, and right up even to the end of his life, he still give you things for you to remember forever.
100%. So our condolences again. Tim Curry passes away. All right, guys. Our next topic here is Sylvester Stallone did a movie in 1993 called Cliffhanger, and it was a blockbuster. It did really well in the box office. Long time coming. Right now we're doing a reboot. They were going to do a sequel, and Stallone was apparently going to come back, but there was a problem with the studio. I guess Stallone wanted too much money, and the studio wasn't really with his age. With his age right now, how he is, they said, climbing rocks at your age, we don't want to see that going on. But they are going to be doing it. Pierce Brosnan is actually attached with who is the girl who's going to be actually doing it with
Naomi Cooper is her name.
Yes, she's going to be doing it. So we're going to get a Cliffhanger reboot. I enjoyed the movie with Stallone, but like I said, I would like to see Stallone back. But I guess the studio has a point, because I think he wanted upfront money of like $3 million just to read the script or something crazy, I guess. But what it is. So Rob, reboot of Cliffhanger. You like it? Thumbs up, thumbs down? What do you think?
I think it's gonna be like a sideways thumb, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this thing. I get why they really wanted Stallone, because if you're gonna do a reboot, especially with something that Stallone made, famous. I mean, you think back of that movie. Was that movie enjoyable? Yes. Is it like one of those movies that you're always gonna remember as part of like his filmography? That's not gonna be like one of the first things you remember with Stallone. It's a decent, like a action movie.
Yeah.
Probably the one scene that people will remember is when he's trying to save that girl off that that clothesline, in the mountains, and he loses his grip. She
Mm-hmm.
dies, messed up, and that's at the beginning of the movie. But outside of that moment, you're like, it's like I said, it's just entertaining. So I get why they wanted to like at least bring his presence in to the
Mm-hmm.
movie, but they're swapping one old guy for another, and Pierce Brosnan, and from what I'm reading, Pierce Brosnan is not the main guy. He's
No,
not the lead
no,
actor.
it's gonna be the
It's Naomi
actress.
Cooper.
Yeah,
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 she's
really
playing his
good.
daughter.
Yeah.
So nice, convenient way to to like reimagine this story, but outside of the names, I mean, it's going to be, a
Mm-hmm.
kidnapping again. You're going to see, like somebody's going to, drop off a cliff. And
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's releasing. I think this thing is done actually. This is going to be released in
2027.
February.
Yeah, 2027 release. And the 93 one made $255 million on like a $50 million budget, $60 million budget. So it did well.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was the heyday of Stallone bringing
yeah,
in money in the box office.
look, but if I'm hanging from a cliff, right, and the person who's going to save me opens up the door and it's a 85-year-old man sticking out his hand, it's like, I mean, Stallone's jacked, but still, I'm like, oh shit, I'm done.
Take my strong hand.
Yes, yes, it's a scary movie.
Yeah.
Dave, what do you think? Cliffhanger? You want to see this?
I mean, the original one was good, but at least they're rebooting it, not making it like a sequel. Because how are you gonna? Because I don't totally remember the premise of the movie. Wasn't Stallone just like an instructor or a rock climber who happened to kid like these thieves just kind of showed up to the
Yes, kind
like
of. Yeah,
you can't have a sequel to that. Like, oh, this is happening again? How convenient.
exactly.
I don't know. I'm with Rob. It's like super neutral.
Mhm.
Could it be good? Yeah, but again, if you're gonna have if getting Stallone involved was a matter of money,
Mhm.
I think if he's just going to be a character like whoever Pierce Brosnan is playing, I'd kind of almost rather have Stallone just because he was in the original. Like it just gives it something. Because if you just have to swap one old guy for another, it's like, okay.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's going to be out in 2027, so it's coming. It's right around the corner, apparently.
Can't stop it.
You're right, Rob. I see you're in and out, Rob. You're in and out over here.
coming.
I got you back up. There you are. I see you now. You're back.
Yeah. No, so funny thing, right? We're like a few minutes, 12 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear Dave right up till this point. So
Oh,
the
wow.
whole time he's talking, and I'm just like,
Okay. Wow.
I'm just like, oh, that sounded like it was funny, but I had to switch because I got to hear Dave. So
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll see. 2027, right around the corner. Cliffhanger reboot. We'll check it out. The next I want to talk is about our boy Henry Cavill. Apparently, he's going to be in the MCU, and he signed a deal with MCU. Now, there's a lot of speculation on who he's going to be. So I wanted to talk to you guys. They're saying Magneto. Then they're saying it's Captain Britain. They have a bunch of people they were saying. Then they were saying who else? It was from Captain Britain. Somebody else, I forget. But Rob, who do you think Henry Cavill would play? I mean, he was already in as Wolverine, Calvarine, but he signed with the MCU. He's going to be someone in there. Who do you think he could possibly be?
this is not going to be an inspired choice, but I think Wolverine, to be quite honest.
Really?
Yeah, because you know what, I was really thinking about his body of work and how that would mesh with a character in the MCU, especially obviously in the X-Men universe. I don't see him as Magneto.
Okay.
Could he do a Magneto? Sure, but I just don't. I don't see it. The Cat and Britain one is kind of like it's too easy. Obviously he's from Britain and stuff like that, so kind of like to do an homage, to his homeland and
What
being
about Beyonder? Beyonder.
Beyonder. I liked. I thought that was cool, but how I didn't know. I don't know the extension of this deal. If it's like multiple movies, is it like 2 movies? Are we talking about just like Doomsday and Secret Wars, or is it going to be like an extended? Because if it's like a short contract, then yeah, I could see Beyonder being the choice. But if he's doing multiple movies, honestly, I think it's going to be Wolverine. You've seen him already, and just his style.
he's always, you know, you can see he could definitely give you a brooding, like mad face, you know, and I just think that kind of fits Wolverine, to be quite honest.
Okay, Calverine. Dave, who do you think Cavill's going to be in the MCU? Because he's already signed, but they don't say who.
We got front runners for Aunt May and Willie Lumpkin.
Yes. It's fired.
There you go. That's who Calverine's going to be.
No, I kind of agree with Rob. I think if you're going to get a name like this, you make him Wolverine. We already saw that. We saw the casting. Listen, everyone loves Hugh Jackman, but when I saw that little clip in Deadpool and Wolverine, I was like, ooh, this could work.
Yeah.
You know, he brings enough of that like hard-edged heroism to him, just like his angry Superman.
Yeah.
You know? But like Superman isn't supposed to be angry, but Wolverine kind of is. So I think he fits. Is that where it goes? I don't know. I think it's too on the nose, but I would like, if anything, I would like to see it. And because, like, yes, Beyonder, there's some deep cut characters now that Marvel could, I guess, start getting into, much like the DCU is starting to get into. But DC can get away with it because outside of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, like, you have a bunch of stuff that we haven't been quote unquote tainted by. You know, we've got more than a decade of Marvel's B team that became their A+ team. So there's not a lot of, now granted, I know the TV stuff changed a little bit, but like no one really wants to see season 2 of Wonder Man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of deep cut Marvel stuff that I don't think a lot of people are very interested in right now. Will that change? I don't know, but they still have some rebuilding to do. So to cast Cavill in something that's fairly obscure, I just think is a waste and doesn't do much for Marvel going forward.
Okay. The Snyderverse fans are going to be upset. They want their Superman back.
They can't have him back. Should have treated him better.
Exactly. All right. Well, we'll see. I mean, they're going to announce something soon with Cavill. So, I mean, he's in the MCU, but we don't know what character. So we'll wait and see. Something that snuck on us really quick was Reacher season 4. Now, they already signed Reacher season 5, apparently, and they're going to start filming it. So that's really great. Season 4, I want to talk to you guys. If you saw it, what'd you think of the season so far? Look, I love Alan Richardson as Reacher. I think the first season he was getting used to the role, but now he's perfect. I think he could be that next level actor like a Tom Cruise. I just love his presence on screen. And this season of Reacher's been really great. Action, little twist. If we want to talk about a little bit of spoilers, some people kind of we have people that turn bad on him. We can mention it. But Dave, what did you think so far of Reacher season 4?
Well, at this point, you know what you're getting.
Yes.
But that's not bad. You know what you're getting out of Reacher, the character, right? Like, you're not going to get anything real different from Richard in terms of his portrayal of the character, except of how he interacts with the different characters around him. But this season so far has been a little bit twisty, which is good. It was a little slow. I kind of, unfortunately, I don't think it really picked up till like the last episode. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing because we got at least four more to go, right?
Yes.
But yeah, I like this show. I'm excited to see how the season ends. We really know nothing outside of the twist, the real twist we got at the end of the last episode. But I went to go see Mutiny over the weekend, and they had a trailer for a movie coming up with Richardson and Owen Wilson called Runner. That looks really good. That looks really good, yeah.
I got to check out that trailer. I haven't seen it yet. But I tell you, Alan Richardson, I think he could be that next lead star like I'm talking about Robert Downey Jr. He's that, to me, I just like seeing him on screen every time. He's something about him, his presence.
He just needs to start being a little bit more discerning with what he decides to do because War Machine was fine. Hopefully this Runner movie is good. We all know Reacher's good. What is it?
Motor City.
Motor City. That looks like it'll be good. But then he also did that terrible movie with Kevin James called Playdate. I didn't even make it through like 45 minutes of it. Like if you could keep that stuff to a minimum, then we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. And I keep forgetting, all the time. He was one of the Turtles, and had a horrible experience with it. If you ever watched the interview, he was one of the Turtles from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes,
Michael Bay. Yes, he was the voice of Raphael, or the motion capture.
Motion capture of Raphael. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yep. Rob, have you watched Reacher at all? What do you think of this?
I'm not up to where you guys are at. Well, almost actually, but I definitely want to speak to this season because like I said before, I didn't really get into Reacher until really I started like doing this with you guys, and I do like this show a lot. I'm just gonna go just contrast from like the last season to this season. It's a good contrast from last season because I find like even though you say it's like it's slow, to get going, I found it pretty riveting. I thought that the writing of the first few episodes was like, this is good. This is good stuff. I mean, you still got a lot of Reacher moments and stuff like that. So of course, his like it's not really one-liners, but it's kind of like I promise I will kick your ass. 5 minutes later, I will kick your ass. Moments which are awesome. But I just think that the writing, I think, really, for me, I think it's impressive. It's sticking out because to bring together something that's kind of like, with a lot of twists and turns, a true mystery that you're going to keep carried through the entire season, you got to take your time with it. You got to set it up so that when those twists happen, they hit hard. And I think they're doing a pretty good job with that. My question really to you guys, because you're more familiar with Reacher, is as a nomadic, crime fighter for all intents and purposes, does he have readily accessible, options for his creatine, peptide, and HGH? Because it looks like this guy's bigger than he was last season.
He gets bigger every season.
Holy crap! I mean, he's hulking out before our eyes. I mean, it's great, but it's just like watching him run. It's like, dude, he's just too massive. It's like his thighs are just knocking together and stuff like that, boulders. He's keeping up with everybody because he's Reacher. But really fun. It's been really fun where it's just like everybody's coming out of the woodworks, and this whole mystery with the flash drive. I can't wait to know what's in there because this is a lot of stuff happening over a chance encounter from the first episode. But Alan, you're right. Alan Richmond's got this role down packed. He's not. It's more like it's to use a sports analogy. He's not thinking about it. He's just there. And it's all for the better. So I'm in. I'm booked. I can't wait to see the next episode tonight.
Yep, and they already got season 5 ready to go. They greenlit it, so that's going to happen too. So wait and see. So we'll wait and see what happens tonight. All right, guys. Lanterns episode 2 dropped on Sunday. I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I actually really dig this show, and actually, the way it's going, I could see this thing winning an award, because the writing is so good on this show. And Aaron Pierre, who plays Jon Stewart, I mean, I can't wait for him to actually get in the costume and take over that role because he looks like he's going to be perfect for that role, and he's the perfect Jon Stewart Green Lantern. I love how they go back and forth. I still don't think Hal is dead. I don't think that's happened. I don't think there's something going on there. I don't think they're going to kill him off, but wait and see. But another great, solid episode. Again, we know more what's going on, the Manhunters, everything. Dave, what did you think of episode? Did you see episode 2 yet or no?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think this show is way better than it has to be. Like it's real. Like you don't even think about the fact you're watching a comic book based TV show, and mostly it's because there's very little Lantern stuff in it. We saw the suit a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Pierre is fantastic as Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
I would like to know is Hal Jordan this crotchety in the comic books?
I think he eventually does.
He does.
What a curmudgeon, man! What a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but come on, man. But yeah, this show is really good, and I like the little twist we got when they brought the Manhunters into it. So I am interested. He's like, if there were any Manhunters left, so there's a lot of things that are left up. I hope that they reveal to us by the time this season is over, but. Now we're already in with Sinestro, and then he was like, "Tell me about Jon Stewart." Like, who's talking to who in the back rooms here? But this is very good. This is very, very good.
Yeah, it looks like Sinestro is interested in Stewart because he knows he's going to be more powerful than Hal Jordan because he was able to make the bird last a long time with the ring power. That doesn't happen with Green Lanterns. They can't have that power. I did dig how you get to see them charge the ring and how everything goes. That was pretty cool. Rob, what did you think about this episode?
Awesome. There's a few things that I felt like I just had to laugh. That whole highway scene is wild. Because not only do they fall out of a moving van in a highway, John Stewart gets hit by a van, and he's all right. So I'm kind of hopeful that they show that he's able to conjure up like some kind of force field to do that, because this guy is super strong.
Yep.
And which is, I mean, aside from that, everything else is cool, and it's like it shows. I love the contrast with these two lanterns. It's clear right now John Stewart, without the ring, is more powerful than Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Because he could actually create constructs without the ring and keep them around. So that to what we just mentioned about Sinestro and how everybody wants to know about John Stewart. I think it's somewhere in the episode they say no one has done that ever as a lantern. So something about John Stewart is very unique enough that when Hal Jordan's going across the galaxy to interrogate Sinestro, he brings him up, which is wild. I think it's setting up something that is really. I think we're about to see something really, really cool done with John Stewart. But but the characters are awesome. That butting heads, like the old guy, get off my lawn, this is my job, you can't take it away from me, versus the young guy who's just like this stoic guy that's like learning stuff on the job. A lot of fun. And I'm real curious as to evidently it's one Manhunter that's left, and that a lantern possibly hid, and it has something to do with how Jordan got the ring. So there's definitely setting up a big twist, which I think is really going to tie to what we saw at the end of the first episode, whether Hal's really alive or not.
Yep. We're only 2 episodes in, but I got to be honest with you, and we'll see how it goes. But I think it's better than Peacemaker right now. I enjoyed this. Is my favorite one out of all the shows.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think it's a different kind of show. This one, like I said, it's it doesn't seem to be as steeped in the comic bookiness as Peacemaker. And that's not to either show's detriment. It's just the writing is different. The characters are different. We're seeing it at a different time, because with the flashback. So it's just setting up a really interesting dynamic. But it's nice to see that how we're getting different flavors of the same universe, right? Like this seems to be very serious and maybe has more overarching, I don't even know what the right word is, like overarching themes, right? Like more whole universe. Not that Peacemaker doesn't, but Peacemaker seems to be more character driven, whereas Lantern seems to be more world driven, at least right now, if that makes sense.
Yep. You agree, Rob?
I do. It's just like Dave said, it's different. It's with Peacemaker, it is a true, the characters, you could tell there's some ad-libbing going on there. There's just a lot of just different energy when it comes to it. Just Peacemaker is complete chaos, really, but delivered in a really fun way. Does it have certain twists and turns? Yeah, but not to this extent. And this extent here, to Dave's point, it is a true cop investigation, mystery series, and they're really holding on to that. But then, of course, you have to bring in the galactic part of it. Seeing basically that off-world with Sinestro's being held, I thought that was really cool. And I like that we're probably not going to see too much of that. One, it would have been out of the budget. But two, it's yes, you have to acknowledge that these guys are intergalactic cops, but the focus still bring it here to Earth. This is where the problem is. And I don't know, you just feel like the tone of it, even just the color scheme with it, it's just look, we're going to take a break from the colorful, side of DC. This is something that's, is part of the things that makes DC really attractive, that it has that gritty side to it. And I think they're really leaning into that with Lanterns, which is a little unexpected for me, that it's these characters bringing that kind of flavor to the DC universe. So, and I'm glad that this doesn't have any James Gunnism to it, because anything to that, if James Gunn would have put in a little more of his influence to this, it doesn't hit. This series, which is only 2 episodes in, does not hit the same way.
Yeah, 100%.
No needle drops.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think when we get finally to see Jon Stewart in his suit, I think that's going to be the big reveal, and I think it's going to hit it out the park. I think everyone's waiting for his suit, and I think that's going to be boom, the talk of everything when he finally dons his own suit.
Yeah. He's gonna earn it. He's definitely gonna earn that
That's
suit.
going to earn it. Yep, he is. All right, guys. Another episode drops on Sunday. Green Lanterns, great, great so far. All right. Next, finally, National Treasure 3. Nick Cage. We're going. Nick Cage is returning to National Treasures 3. Now, apparently, from what I heard, is they had a script going on for a little while, but the studio did not want to greenlight it. They weren't sure what was going on yet. All of these movies made money. The first one and the second one all made money and were big hits. First one was in 2004. Book of Secrets was in 2007. So almost 20 years. From what I heard is that Spider Noir with Nick Cage, when that came out and the buzz around it with Nick Cage, the studio said, let's greenlight it, because they said, okay, he's back, I guess. I don't know where he went, but he's back. That's what it was. But National Treasure 3 is happening. They have the script ready. It looks like it's going to happen. Rob, are you a National Treasure fan? Do you like Ben Gates returning?
Oh, 100%. Benjamin Franklin Gates? Yes. give me more of that character.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. I have to laugh, because really, Disney, you needed to see
Yes.
that he's going to pull off Spider Noir to
Yeah.
greenlit this.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I mean, do you guys even know Nick Cage?
Mm-hmm.
You know, no, it's going to work. I mean, I was a huge fan of those first two movies. It was just weird, because, you know, the premise, especially with the first one, that this guy is going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yep.
And back then, when they revealed that in the trailer, everybody was just like, you could do that? So, you know, and you had to go watch it. I was a hook.
Mm-hmm.
And very entertaining movie. His character is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I don't have any doubt that Nick could bring that back, bring you know, Ben Gates back to his glory. You know, just wondering, are they going to allow him to, you know, be part of the adventure full bore, and not just like try to have, like, you know, where it's like a son, a daughter, a cousin, whatever it is, to kind of like take up the mantle. No, keep him front and center. Let him end this trilogy the way it should, with him, you know, taking us along on another awesome journey.
Yep. The filmmaker or the director, John Turteltaub, I believe his name is. Yeah. He confirmed everyone's coming back. The script is done, but he needed the studio to give the green light. And I guess the studio, after they said Spider Noir, they said, well, you know what, let's give it to him, which I guess is ridiculous, but I guess they wanted to see some stuff he did. Dave, are you a National Treasure fan?
I actually never saw the second one.
Oh, no.
Listen, I feel like Nick, I don't know at what point he made the transition. Like, Nick Cage also he didn't go anywhere. Like, he's been doing Nick Cage stuff for a while.
Yeah.
I put him in the category of like Bruce Campbell. Like, I'll see this guy in like almost anything, just because he's entertaining to watch how he does what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie might not even be good, but like Nick Cage is good at Nick Cage it. So like you kind of can't lose. We'll see.
Yeah. I think they're saying they're targeting a 2028 release, but that's
so before Batman 2.
Before Batman 2. Everything will be before Batman 2.
Batman 2, what, 2030?
It's gonna come out right before Blade.
And
I was waiting for that. Yes.
Right before Blade. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought the whole cast on National Treasure was really good. So all those guys back together, I thought it was really good. You know, it was one of my favorite movies, and it did really well in the box office.
Yeah. I mean, look, will it get to those heights again? You know, that's debatable nowadays, especially. This is just a different type of era now with movie going. But again, it's like, I just hope that they really embrace what made the original ones work, you know, and it all surrounds Nick Cage. Trust in Nick Cage. I know it sounds weird, because the guy's just weird, but the guy's good. He knows how to entertain, and I really think that he's going to make this thing work.
Yeah, maybe he'll steal Abraham Lincoln's hat or something in this one. I don't know.
Yes, yes, that's where the treasure is.
All right, guys, we're going to answer a couple questions and wrap it up here. All right, let's see. First one here is Joseph T. from Clifton, New Jersey, and he says, Rob, after writing your first or early draft, who do you allow to read the draft, and what feedback are you looking for? I always let my wife read first.
Oh, okay. So,
do you let your wife read? Wow, okay, go ahead. All right,
good for you, Joseph.
What about you, Rob?
I mean, I have. This is like something that I've kind of like curated over the years, like people that I trust, because what I need is actual, true criticism when it comes to that. Like, really put the screws of my, to my story. Like, really, nitpick it, because when you're in it, when you finally finish writing your story, you're just so happy that it's done, and you have that euphoria of just like, I just created something, I can't wait to share with everybody. But as Joseph sounds like he knows, that story is not finished. You got to go back, you got to edit it, you got to touch it up. There's going to be things that, just somebody else reading, it's going to be like, this doesn't really work. And that's what I want. I want true, honest feedback. So, giving it to like, family members here and there. It's like, unless you have a true like person within your family or inner circle that's going to be just brutally honest with you, I wouldn't recommend it. I've reached out. I know other screenwriters. I've reached out to other people that are in the in the business or have done projects like that. And those are the people that I would actually I always send it to. It's just like, give me a once over. Just tell me if it's the truth. Does it work or not? And I need that. That's the only way I get better.
Your wife's not going to give you honest feedback?
She will, but I write a lot of scary stories, and she doesn't want to be up all night thinking about the horrible stuff I just put on paper.
Okay. All right, next one. Chris T from New Jersey says, Dave, the GB business is a pretty good model. Ray paid $4,800 for the Ecto 1, but they charged $5,000 for the Sigrid Hotel. Made the money back, plus enough to pay Winston for the year.
For a year.
I guess it is a great business model. I guess they were making money in the first time.
I don't really see the question, but thanks, Chris.
I don't know. That's what he wrote. Barry from New York says, technically speaking, Chris Evans has faced Dr. Doom twice already, and this will be the third time. LOL. Well, I guess so. We have Fantastic Four, right?
Well,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
If you believe this is a true Tony Stark variant, then yeah.
Or if you believe the first Fantastic Four movies were real movies.
Yeah.
True. They were not
That's true. Yeah, they're canon. That's true, because Johnny Storm ate it in Wolverine.
They were not good.
Yeah, no, they don't.
All right. Dennis C from New York says, Avengers Endgame Encore is returning to theaters with a couple of new scenes. Do you think this takes away from the original movie just to satisfy upcoming movies? What do you think?
I would like to address a couple new scenes. I don't think that's the case. I saw the trailer today and it says, including a special look at Avengers Doomsday. I don't think anything's been added to the actual film. I think they're just going to give us a short 2 to 3 minute like teaser thing, which is also fine. But I don't think this new scenes thing is happening.
Yeah.
Based on what I just based on the trailer that I saw today.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. Rob, what do you think is about this?
I mean, you're probably right. I think we all agree this is a money grab, for sure. And yes, they're going to use it to launch Doomsday, because this is actually their buildup, because they're claiming that the events that happen in Endgame lead directly to what's happening in Doomsday, which I have no doubt that they'll show that, whether it's like the extended like epilogue at the end of the movie, whatever. But to answer, Dennis's question, I don't think it takes away, because the original movie, a big thing about that original movie was the shared theater experience that everybody enjoyed. Like, if you were there, opening night to watch Endgame, you'll never forget that night, because it was the first time where just like people were just so united, engaged, and at the last hour of the movie is just so outrageously awesome. Everybody's screaming, timing perfectly with the beats that the movie makers want you to get up out of your seat and just cheer. It's for me, it's probably one of my all-time theater experiences ever, and that's what makes Endgame so unique. So for them to re-release in the theaters, it's not going to affect that, because honestly, that's an experience that you had to be there to know what we were talking about.
They put it in the trailer. They put the fan reaction in the trailer. If you saw the trailer.
Yeah, so they admit it. They admit it. It's like, we're just putting it out there again, but no, we're not going to capture that magic that you experienced that night.
Yeah, I mean, that soundtrack, Portals soundtrack, when they come out, it was a great soundtrack. I love that soundtrack when you hear it every time. Yeah, every time. All right, guys, that is it for the questions and everything, guys. I will see you next week. Dave, Rob, talk to you guys next week, my friends.
Hey, fellas.
Yeah.
You got it, my man.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron. Body builder coding. Years on the course.